Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Holly Hopkins with Holly Hopkins Jazz. And this is a good day. We're going to have a good time here today. This is episode number three of Closet Conversations. Today, we're going to be featuring an amazing bassist and jazz artist, Ron Brendle, and I know it's going to be a treat. So, hey, let's bring him on in to the room here and let's chat about what he's got coming up. All right. Hello. Good
Hey,
morning, Ron.
hey, Holly, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much, Ron, for making time for this closet conversation. I appreciate you doing that.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. It's been a little bit since I've seen you in person, and I know we have performed together on several occasions, which has been such a treat for me and everything. But I've enjoyed following you. I am a fan. You need to know that I'm a fan of Ron Brendle.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm a fan of Holly Hopkins too.
Yeah. So, I have a few questions for you because, wow, I've been following you on Facebook and on social media and everything and on Instagram. And wow, you've got a lot that's going on and a lot that's cooking musically. So, want us to talk about your group, the Ron Brendle, group and band and quartet. So, tell us what kind of inspired this new configuration, this new instrumentation, kind of what's going on in your head musically right now that you want to express through this group?
Well, I had the last CD I put out a few years ago as a tribute to the bassist of jazz, and I had a quartet with piano, guitar, bass, and drums. And for several years, I've always wanted to have a quartet with two guitars, bass, and drums because guitars can get a very wide range of sounds. They can sound like acoustic guitars. They can sound like distorted guitars. They can sound skronky or, I just like the palette that two guitars offer in this group. And I thought it would be cool to play some of my original tunes in that format and also some tunes by some jazz greats. Like we also do some songs by Keith Jarrett, the great piano player.
Mm.
We've just worked up a tune that we haven't done before that we'll be playing this month in our two gigs. A Duke Ellington tune called Blue Pepper, and
Nice.
we're doing we've added an Ornette Coleman tune. Actually, I've always been a big fan of Ornette Coleman, and I thought
Oh,
that two guitars would be a great format to present some of his music in.
that's
And
awesome. Yeah.
that plus the original stuff, and I think it'll be. I'm really looking forward to our shows.
Well, I got to tell you, already, I've got to like jump in here and say you're very modest in your approach about what's going on. So, for the listeners out there, this is a very unique experience that Ron is presenting with the two guitars, with that sound meshing together, and with Ron's completely expert take on bass playing and bass music and you even mentioned some original tunes, which I know are fabulous. I know I've listened to some of your original music, even a project that you did with Mike Holstein one time. So tell us more about your original songs and like how many of those are you going to be working into these upcoming shows?
Probably half our material, or maybe a little less than half, will be original
Wow.
songs. Um, Things I've written over the years that I wanted to hear in this format with the two guitars. Also, some brand new tunes that I've written in the last couple of years. Uh,
Wow.
we're doing one new one that we haven't played before this month. A new one that I just
Awesome.
wrote it a couple of years ago. I just wrote it down on paper a couple of
That's
months.
amazing. That's amazing. We're so excited, Ron, to have to have your knowledge, to have your talent, to have your personality, and, be able to listen to what you bring to the table musically. It's really, really incredible. So tell us, Ron, who is going to be performing with you? And we'll go over the dates here in a minute, but who's going to be performing with you?
Well, Troy Kahn on guitar, who is on my bass tribute quartet and who I've been playing with for several years in Charlotte, he'll be one of the guitarists. And then out of Raleigh, another fellow I've known for probably 35 years, guitar player named Scott Sawyer.
Okay.
uh, is a pretty big name in the jazz guitar world. He used to tour
Mhm.
Freelon, the singer Nina Freelon, and among others. And yeah, he's been a favorite of mine for, like I said, the last 30 plus years. So
Wow.
fortunately, he was all in to do the two guitar thing, you know.
Cool.
But he lives in Raleigh, so it's made rehearsals a little challenging sometimes.
Yeah. Sure.
But we
Sure. That's awesome. I didn't realize that you guys have known each other that long. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the year I met Scott. I think it was like 90, 91, something like that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And then how many years have you worked with Troy now? Going on 10, 15? 15?
Yeah, I'd say close to 15 or more, maybe more.
Awesome. Awesome. And then not last but not least,
Well,
drummer John.
John Spurrier on drums, who I first worked with many years ago, and uh, hadn't had the chance until I wanted to put a quartet together to do this bass tribute thing,
Yeah,
and thought John would be a great choice, and he absolutely is. He's
definitely.
fun to play with and
Yeah.
experienced, tasteful, everything a drummer should be.
Yeah. I listened to a YouTube video that you sent me last night. I would love for everybody to go and search on YouTube for Sharp 9 Gallery, Ron Brendle, and you can pull up a performance that these guys did, which is just absolutely superb. It's so interesting to hear you guys play together and your personalities come out, but then also the group sound that results from it. So um, that is really, and you're going to be performing there later in April, I guess, not later this month, but next month. You're going to be performing at Sharp 9 Gallery. Is that right?
The 8th of April. That's actually next weekend.
Okay, that's right. Wow. Hello. That is
Next,
coming up so quick. Awesome. Yeah. So Saturday, April 8th at Sharp 9 Gallery in Durham, North Carolina. There's going to be one or two shows.
there'll be one show. Oh no, it'll be one. It'll be. It starts at 8 p.m. and
Okay.
we do two 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 sets with a break in the middle. So the whole thing will probably be a couple hours.
Awesome.
Where we do
Awesome.
45-minute sets. And now
Wonderful.
we're going to be at the Middle C Jazz, the same group, my quartet, on the 27th, which is a Thursday night. And that will be one long show. That'll be, I think that's 90 minutes. And we start at 7 p.m.
Okay.
on the 27th of Thursday. And then,
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome. So each of these shows, people can go to the venue's website. So in
yeah,
this case, Middle C Jazz, you can go there, you can buy tickets and not miss this really unique experience that Ron is going to be bringing. And then back, coming up next weekend at Sharp 9 Gallery in Durham. Hey, it's for folks in Charlotte, it's a short little road trip over. But I know that's going to be an awesome show as well. And this will be your what you've performed there, before. How many times have you guys been over there before?
Sharp 9. Well, with my quartet, we played there twice.
Awesome.
But I've
Awesome.
played there many times over the last several years with Scott and Angela Bingham, the
Oh
singer.
yeah.
I played with her there, and yeah, it's a great room. Dave Finucane and Valerie, his wife, have done a fantastic job. They not only is it a venue for performance, but they have a huge space. They have big band rehearsals. They have student ensembles that come in. They do lessons. They do all kinds of things at the Jazz Gallery.
Nice, nice. Well, April is Jazz Appreciation Month,
Wow.
so I think it's only appropriate that you are cruising through the month with a lot of jazz stuff going on. So, and unique to you, and it's super unique. And appreciate that you're bringing this to us as listeners. Now, Ron, the best place for people to learn more about you, to check out your schedule and everything, they can join your email list, but they can go to ronbrendle.com,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, that's right. I have a schedule. I've been using this platform called Bands in Town.
Okay,
It's my web designer built into the website, so I can update my gigs.
awesome.
It's a separate entity. It's a thing called Bands in Town, and you go and you put, you just put your gigs, and you put links to where you can buy tickets, and all that stuff's on my website for
That's
these two,
great.
for all the shows that I have coming up.
That's wonderful. Yeah, your website looks great, and it's very easy to follow and figure out, what to do. So let's see. Okay, now I've got a question for you. You reference this quartet that you're featuring, your quartet, as the electric quartet. Now, I realize that could be because you guys might all be playing, electrical basses or whatever. But okay, it could be because you guys are just electric. There's so much energy and excitement. Is that it? Come on, tell me, Ron. What's going on there?
It's not anything that cool. It's just because I have electric guitars, and I do play electric bass on some
Mhm,
of the. Some of it is what I've described as organic fusion.
mhm.
Just means that it's a fusion of a lot of different styles:
Nice.
jazz, funk, rock, outsider music, and but it's not slick like some fusion or some smooth jazz or whatever. I like to think it's more organic
Okay.
because we really like to take chances when we play. Um, we thrive on collective improvisation, and we listen and play in the moment.
Love it.
We try to use that attitude,
Mhm.
especially when we're improvising. Um, Everybody in the band has got are fantastic listeners as well as players, and that's just as important, to listen to what's going on around you while you're playing and interact. And these guys really do it. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So what you're saying is there is actually no AI used in the making of this music?
no AI, no, no, it's
Yeah, it is live, which,
artificial.
hey, if you're watching this and you've never experienced what Ron is talking about, hey, you're missing out. You need to go check this out and have that experience of real live music where the musicians really are doing what he's saying, listening to each other, engaging and playing off of each other. So if any of you have just joined in, hey, this is Holly Hopkins with Holly Hopkins Jazz, and this is Jazz Supporting Jazz. I am featuring Ron Brendle in episode 3 of my Closet Conversation episode series. So this is I'm in my closet and having a conversation with amazing musicians periodically, and super excited today to be featuring Ron Brendle. Don't forget, he's got 2 fantastic shows coming up in April with his Magic Electric Quartet. And you can go to ronbrendle.com and look at his schedule, and you can purchase tickets. And hey, go support these musicians. Definitely the audience is part of that equation, and the musicians really enjoy working with the audience as well, and kind of bouncing off that musically. Ron, I asked you yesterday as we were preparing for this call, the big question is, what makes Ron Brendle tick? This is the last thing today you can tell us, and we will glean from.
Wow. Um, well, before I do try to go into that, I'd like to mention that I am playing Saturday this weekend with Kenya Templeton at Charlotte Shouts at 3 p.m.
Awesome.
On the Tryon Street stage, and also on the 7th, the Beckler a jazz series. We have Chris Brubeck, who's Dave Brubeck's son. He's coming back. So I
Wonderful.
wanted to plug those two little gigs.
Of
Uh,
course. You've been
for
doing the Beckler series for so long, so that's
13
awesome.
years, 13 years now.
That's great.
Yeah. But what makes me tick? I don't know. You know, I love music, and I just want it. It's a part of my life, and I, I played for a long time, and I feel like I've still got a lot left to say.
Yeah.
So what keeps me going, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, I know everyone will look forward to hearing your original compositions and the one that you mentioned that you just did, or a couple that you just did here in the past couple of years. So it's really awesome. Thank you for your contribution to jazz. And hey, dare I, I don't want to forget, 7-time Charlotte Jazz Artist of the Year, Ron Brendle. We appreciate you. And hey, we'll have to do this again sometime. I hope you had fun.
I'd love to do it again. Thank you so much, Holly, for what you're doing, and your contribution to the scene around here.
Oh, thanks, Ron. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you. And hey, this thing will be out on social media for those that are watching. Share it with your friends. And hey, let's get some live jazz out there. Okay. All right. Take care, Ron. Have a great day,
Thank,
everyone.
thank you, Holly.
Bye.
Bye bye.